Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, physically exhausted but mentally wide awake? Your body's begging for rest, but your brain has other plans. You're worn out. You want to sleep, but it just won't come. So you shift to one side, then the other. Your eyes stay open, fixed on the ceiling as the minutes crawl by. Midnight, 1:30. Suddenly, it's 3:17 a.m., and you're still awake, wondering, what is going on? You've tried everything, counting sheep like it's a cartoon, fluffing and punching your pillow into the perfect shape, even doing that slow-breathing exercise your neighbor swore would knock you out cold. And still, nothing. Not even a yawn. What makes it even more frustrating? You used to sleep like a rock, the kind of sleep that made you forget what day it was when you woke up. Now the nights feel endless. Maybe it's age. Maybe it's the constant, invisible stress you carry around like a heavy backpack. Or maybe, just maybe, it's something far simpler. Something you've overlooked. Something hiding in plain sight. In your kitchen. Yes, believe it or not, the foods you eat in the evening might be quietly sabotaging your sleep. I'm not talking about trendy pills or complicated hacks. I'm talking about real, natural, everyday foods. The kind you probably already have in your pantry or fridge. Foods that gently guide your body into rest mode. That whisper to your brain, it's time to slow down. You see, sleep doesn't have to get worse with age. That's a myth. With the right nourishment, you can reclaim the kind of deep, satisfying sleep that leaves you feeling refreshed and fully alive, without needing a prescription or a trip to a sleep clinic. In this video, I'll walk you through 6 powerful foods that can dramatically improve your nights, not just to help you fall asleep, but to stay asleep and to wake up rested. And wait until you hear about number 3. Most people eat it at the completely wrong time of day, and that small mistake could be stealing hours of rest from you every single week. So get cozy, pour yourself something warm, and stick with me, because what you eat tonight might just change the way you sleep for the rest of your life. Oh, and while we're here, drop a comment below. Have you ever struggled with staying asleep or waking up way too early, even when you went to bed exhausted? Just type "better sleep" if that sounds familiar. And if this is your first time joining us, welcome. You've found a space for honest, practical guidance on how to live well, sleep deeply, and feel like yourself again. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want more insights that actually support your health and your peace of mind. Now let's dive in, because sometimes the key to your best night's sleep isn't in your medicine cabinet. It's in your fruit bowl. Let's start with something small, sweet, and often underestimated. Cherries. I get it. Cherries might not seem like a miracle food. They're just a fruit, right? But here's a story that might make you think twice. Meet Harold. He's 72, a retired mechanic who lives a quiet life. No frills, no fuss. He's not into vitamins or trendy diets. But sleep, that became his daily battle. Years ago, Harold could fall asleep watching TV and wake up 8 hours later feeling like a king. But recently, the nights turned into a mess. Tossing and turning, staring at the dark ceiling, listening to the hum of the fridge while the hours slipped away. Then, one afternoon, flipping through a health article at the barber shop, something caught his eye. Tart cherry juice. Just a few lines about its connection to melatonin, the natural hormone that signals your body to sleep. He figured, why not? And started sipping half a glass before bed. No fancy routines, just juice. Within 2 weeks, things shifted. His sleep became deeper. The tossing stopped. He stopped waking up at 2 a.m., pacing the hallway. What changed? Tart cherries are one of the rare foods that naturally contain melatonin, the very hormone your brain needs to regulate your internal clock. And as we get older, our bodies start producing less of it, which explains why falling asleep or staying asleep gets harder. Here's the kicker. A lot of people hear the word fruit and think, that's too much sugar before bed. But it's not about sugar, it's about timing. Just half a cup of tart cherry juice, about 1 or 2 hours before bedtime, is enough to prime your body for sleep. If you'd rather chew than sip, go for a small handful of fresh or dried tart cherries. And no, this isn't some overnight miracle. It's gentle, subtle, but it works with your body, not against it. It's not just about falling asleep faster. It's about waking up rested, not groggy or irritated. And if cherries seem too light for your taste, the next food on our list might surprise you with how filling and sleep-inducing it really is. Let's talk about a humble fruit that most of us overlook. Bananas. Picture this. Gloria, 78 years old, quick-witted, still leads the knitting group at her church every Thursday. But almost every week, she'd tell her friends the same thing. I fall asleep fine, but at 2 a.m., boom, I'm awake, like someone flipped a light switch in my brain. Sound familiar? During a checkup, her doctor mentioned her magnesium levels were low, a common issue among older adults. Gloria didn't want another bottle of pills in her cabinet. She asked, "Is there something I can eat instead?" The answer, bananas. So she started eating one about an hour before bed. Nothing fancy, just a single ripe banana. Within a couple of weeks, she noticed a shift. Not only did she sleep longer, but those wake-up moments became gentler. She felt calm, not anxious. What makes bananas so helpful? They're packed with magnesium and potassium, two powerhouse minerals your nervous system loves. Magnesium relaxes your mind and nerves. Potassium soothes your muscles. Together, they create the perfect internal environment for deep rest. Still worried about sugar? Let's clear that up. A single medium banana has natural sugar, yes, but it's also rich in fiber, which slows down the absorption and keeps your blood sugar steady. It's not the same as eating dessert. And for a bonus, pair it with a spoonful of almond butter. That touch of healthy fat helps stabilize your energy through the night and keeps those 3 a.m. hunger pangs far, far away. It's a comforting, simple, and surprisingly effective way to sleep deeper. And speaking of almonds, let's stick with nuts for a moment, because the next sleep ally on our list is small, crunchy, and criminally underrated: almonds. Meet Sam. He's 81, a retired math teacher who spent his life solving equations and guiding students. But lately, he faced a problem no textbook could solve: restless legs. Every time he'd start to drift off, his legs would twitch, buzz, or ache. It was like his body couldn't stop moving, even when his brain was begging for rest. He tried hot baths. He tried stretching. Nothing worked. Until his daughter, a nutritionist, suggested something simple: a handful of almonds before bed. At first, he laughed. A nut? That's your big solution? But after a week of consistency, the twitching slowed. The nights got quieter. For the first time in months, Sam slept like a rock. Here's why. Almonds are nutritional gold. They're rich in, yep, you guessed it, magnesium. But they also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your body create serotonin, the mood-balancing chemical that transforms into melatonin. It's like a domino effect, one tiny handful of almonds helping trigger your body's natural sleep rhythm. So no, it's not magic, it's science. And your body is wired to respond. And that, my friend, was just the warm-up. We've only uncovered 3 foods so far. But trust me, the next 3 are just as surprising, just as effective, and they might be hiding in places you least expect. So stick with me, because this next one, it's probably sitting quietly in your spice cabinet, ready to help you wind down better than any over-the-counter remedy. Let's circle back to almonds for a second. They're not just a crunchy snack. When eaten at the right time, they offer a double layer of support. They help loosen tense muscles and soothe an overactive brain, all thanks to a unique mix of nutrients working together behind the scenes. But here's where most folks miss the boat. They eat almonds in the morning. Great for a protein boost, sure. Energy, satiety, all that good stuff. But when it comes to unlocking their sleep-enhancing benefits, timing is everything. You want that magic in the evening. Just a modest handful, maybe 8 to 10, about an hour before bed can make a world of difference. But be careful. Not all almonds are created equal when it comes to bedtime. Skip the salted ones. Salt can sneakily dehydrate you, and that means more late-night trips to the kitchen for water, or worse, urgent bathroom runs at 3 a.m. Stick to raw or lightly roasted varieties. No seasoning, no sugar. Let the nutrients do their job quietly and naturally. No fireworks needed. This is about peaceful restoration, not stimulation. Now, after something crunchy, let's pivot to something warm, something that might surprise you. When you hear oatmeal, you probably think of a steaming bowl first thing in the morning, right? Maybe with brown sugar, raisins, a splash of milk, the classic breakfast of comfort. But what if I told you that oatmeal might be one of the most underrated nighttime snacks out there? Meet Margaret. She's 75, full of grace, the kind of neighbor who never misses a church gathering and keeps her garden so neat it could be in a magazine. But sleep? That had become her biggest challenge. Not staying asleep, getting to sleep. Every night she'd lie in bed, thoughts racing like a ping-pong match, her mind refusing to settle. She'd already tried the usual tricks: chamomile tea, earlier bedtimes, even a white noise machine humming ocean waves. But one evening, instead of reaching for a sugary cookie or dry crackers, she made herself a small, comforting bowl of oatmeal. Just a little, not a breakfast portion. More like a cozy nighttime hug in a bowl. She added cinnamon, a few banana slices, and something changed. She felt her body relax. Her breathing slowed. And for the first time in a while, she drifted off without the inner chaos. What's the science behind it? Oats are complex carbs. When digested slowly, they help raise your blood sugar just enough to signal your brain to produce serotonin, the calming chemical that settles your thoughts and sets you up for a restful state. And here's where it gets even better. When oats are paired with a calcium-rich liquid like almond milk or traditional dairy, that serotonin transforms into melatonin, the very hormone that regulates your sleep cycle. It's like a soft domino effect. Oats, serotonin, melatonin, restful sleep. Now, some people wonder if oatmeal is too heavy before bed. Not if you keep it light. Skip the big bowl. Aim for a small portion, just enough to nourish without weighing you down. Use almond milk if dairy feels too rich, and toss in cinnamon for blood sugar stability. If you want an extra boost, try adding tart cherries or banana slices, giving you a triple shot of calming compounds. It's soothing, it's warm, and it quietly tells your brain, we're done for today. But hey, maybe sweets aren't your thing. Maybe you're the kind of person who leans savory. No interest in fruit, cereal, or bedtime snacks that lean sweet? No problem, because this next one is a total sleep MVP. And it's probably already in your fridge. Think about how you feel after a huge Thanksgiving meal, that heavy eyes drooping, can't keep them open kind of tired. Everyone jokes it's the turkey coma. But you know what? It's not a myth. That post-dinner drowsiness actually has a name: tryptophan. Turkey is loaded with it. Tryptophan is an amino acid your body uses to create serotonin and melatonin, the very same calming chemicals we've been talking about. So when you eat turkey, especially in small amounts before bed, you're giving your body the building blocks it needs to slow down naturally. Now here's where people get confused. They hear protein at night and assume it's a bad idea. Sure, if you eat a massive steak at 10 p.m., that's probably going to mess with your digestion. But a small, lean slice of turkey? That's a completely different story. Here's what works. A few slices of roasted turkey breast, ideally 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. That gives your system time to digest and begin converting tryptophan into those sleep-promoting compounds. Don't overcomplicate it. You could even make a light turkey wrap with whole grain bread and leafy greens, or just eat it cold with a little mustard. Simple, light, effective. And let's not forget another bonus. Turkey is easy on the stomach and great for preserving muscle mass, which becomes more important with every birthday you celebrate. So not only does it help you sleep, it supports your strength and health long term. Now we've explored fruits, nuts, warm bowls, and lean proteins. But maybe you don't want to eat anything before bed. Maybe your routine needs something quieter, something that doesn't involve chewing at all. Let's talk about a humble drink that's been calming nerves for generations: chamomile tea. Don't let the simplicity fool you. When it comes to helping your body slow down, chamomile is a powerhouse. Let me introduce you to Elaine. She's 83, always smiling, crossword queen of her senior center, and she never misses her early evening walk. But every night, like clockwork, she has a ritual. She brews a single cup of chamomile tea, cradles it between her hands, and sits quietly in her favorite chair as the sun goes down. She doesn't just drink the tea, she soaks in the moment. No phone, no TV, just her tea, and silence. And it works every time. Her mind unwinds, her body softens, and soon she's asleep, without tossing, without tension. Chamomile is more than just a pleasant flavor. It's a time-honored natural relaxant. At the heart of its calming power is apigenin, a compound that binds to specific receptors in the brain to reduce anxiety and encourage a state of calm. Think of it as flipping a switch, from go, go, go to rest and restore. The best part? No sugar, no calories, no side effects, just warm floral comfort in a cup. Sip it 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime and let the quiet settle in. Whether you prefer fruits, grains, proteins, or herbal infusions, better sleep doesn't have to be complicated. The answer may already be in your kitchen. The real secret? Consistency. Pay attention to your body. Nourish it at the right time and let it do the rest. Before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. What's your bedtime ritual? Have you tried any of these foods or drinks before sleep? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be just what someone else needs to hear. And if this video helped you, please tap the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next tip that could change your nights and your days. Remember, deep sleep isn't a thing of the past. It's still available to you, one bite, one sip, one peaceful night at a time. Chamomile holds a subtle yet powerful compound, apigenin. This antioxidant interacts with key receptors in the brain, sending a wave of calm throughout your nervous system. Your heart rate slows, your mind quiets, your body finally hears the message it's been craving. It's safe to rest. Here's something many people miss. Not all herbal teas are created equal. Some think any tea will do before bed, but chamomile stands out. Unlike generic blends, it's one of the few herbal infusions with research backing its mild sedative effects. It's been trusted for generations, especially by those seeking a natural, safe, and effective alternative to medication, particularly in later life. And the magic isn't just in drinking it, but in how you drink it. Brew 1 warm cup 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Don't rush. Don't chug it like medicine. Take your time. Feel the warmth of the mug in your hands. Let the steam rise. Add a touch of honey for sweetness or a splash of almond milk for a creamy finish. Drink it in a quiet space. Turn off your screens. Dim the lights. Let your body take in the moment. Because just as important as the tea is the stillness you create around it. That's where true rest begins. Now that we've explored these 6 nourishing allies for better sleep, let's take a step back. Why does this matter so much, especially now? Because in this season of life, sleep isn't just a bonus, it's essential. It's not just about feeling tired the next day. It's about how clearly you think, how connected you feel, and how strong your body stays. You've felt it, that fog after a restless night, the mental dullness, the irritation over small things, the overwhelming feeling that sneaks in out of nowhere, and underneath it all, that disconnection from your peace, your rhythm, even yourself. What we rarely say aloud is this: poor sleep can do more than wear you down physically. It can chip away at your confidence, your independence, your sense of self. But you are not stuck. You are not without options. And you are certainly not powerless. You're still in control. You can shift things. You can write a new chapter. No, these 6 foods aren't miracle fixes. They won't undo years of poor sleep in one night. But they are gentle, natural tools, ones your body understands. They speak to your nervous system in a language it remembers, calm, steady, without side effects. You don't have to change everything all at once. Maybe tonight, just replace your usual evening treat with a soothing cup of chamomile tea. Maybe tomorrow, warm up a small bowl of oatmeal with banana and cinnamon instead of grabbing something cold. One small step, one mindful choice, one message to your body that says, I care. Then watch what unfolds. Your body is built to heal, to restore, to rebalance. It just needs the right support, a little patience, and a gentle signal that it's safe to relax again. With time and consistency, your natural rhythm will return. And when that happens, it's not just your sleep that improves. You wake up feeling like you again. Let's quickly recap the 6 foods that can support your journey back to restful sleep. Tart cherries, rich in natural melatonin. Bananas, full of muscle-soothing, mind-calming minerals. Almonds, packed with magnesium and tryptophan to ease the body into sleep. Oatmeal, a warm, complex carb that boosts serotonin production. Turkey, a natural source of tryptophan for deeper, longer rest. Chamomile tea, a floral, caffeine-free ritual that gently prepares you for bed. Now, it's your turn. Have you tried any of these before sleep? Did they help? Or is there something else that works for you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. You never know who might find comfort in your experience tonight. And if this video gave you a new idea, or simply made you feel a little more hopeful, please hit that like button. If you haven't joined our community yet, subscribe now. This space is here for your healing, your growth, and your journey toward better days and more peaceful nights. You're not alone. You're still learning, still capable, still stronger than you know. So from my heart to yours, thank you for being here. May tonight bring you deep rest, and may tomorrow greet you renewed.